Hey, what's up, family? Hey, I got a really good educational one for you today. And it's going to be a simple word of this title, and it's going to be politics. Yes. Now, before you go on thinking, oh man, I don't know much about politics, in this video, I'm going to prove to you, you know a lot about politics. Not only you know a lot about politics, but you've been dealing with politics all your life and all around you. You just didn't look at it as that. So now, another thing, as always, I love to give y'all a word of the day. So the word of the day is going to be the title of the video, politics. Now, if you look up the actual definition for politics, it simply means the activities associated with governments or a country or an area, especially when you're dealing with debates or with debates or conflicts amongst individuals who are seeking power. So let me say that again. So I'll try not to pause. Let me say that again so it really try to resonate and stick in your brain. It is the activities, meaning people going out saying, vote for me, right? The activities associated with governments, someone that's trying to get an authority figure. Activities associated with governments or a country or area when going through debates or conflicts amongst individuals, meaning he's running against that person, that person, and all of them are trying to win the top slot for power, whoever's in office. Now, let's move on with this. So now you know what the definition means. So let's get right into politics. So what exactly politics mean in a layman's terms? You know what it simply means? I remember my wife said this to me. Remember, as I explained all this to you, now you kind of get it, right?
Exactly. It almost sounds like one hand washes the other, right?
That's what politics is.
You do for me and I do for you.
There you go. That's exactly what politics is. So when they say activities associated with governments, with debate or conflict of individuals who are seeking power. In other words, hey, you do this for me, I'll do that for you. Look at all the lobbyists. What are lobbyists? These rich people, right? Who they pay this person who is running for office of whatever level they're running for. They say to them, I'm going to write you a nice fat check for your campaign, but I need you to pass these laws for me in my town. You get what I'm saying? So in other words, I'm going to do for you, giving you money, but I need you to do this for me. You understand what I'm saying? These things of politics is all around us, and we've been dealing with them all our lives. It's just that, like a lot of people, as soon as you hear words like that, you think, oh man, I don't got nothing to do with that. I don't know nothing about that. I don't want to know nothing about no doggone politics. That's a lie. You've been dealing with politics all your life. You just didn't call it that. You called it something else. But that's what it is. Activities associated with governments or country or an area when dealing with a debate or conflict amongst individuals seeking power. Now, let me prove to you. Watch this. Even when you was a little kid, I want you to think about what I'm saying. Even when you was a little kid, you was dealing with politics. Watch me prove it to you. Let me give you a scenario. Your mother made dinner on this particular night, right? She made dinner. Let's say she made some fried chicken, some fried chicken, some rice, and some spinach, right? You know, a lot of little kids don't want to eat spinach, right? But you also seen your mother baked a chocolate cake that night, right? And all you thinking about is, I'm going to get me some chocolate cake, right? Like my skin, chocolate, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, even as a kid, what happened when that little kid, like most kids, you sat at the dinner table and all you got on your mind is, some chocolate cake, get some chocolate cake. So now you eating your food, right? You eating your food, you done picked over the chicken. You done, altogether the rice is one spoonful you ate because you didn't eat most of it, but the spinach, you didn't touch it. So now you go, Mommy, I'm finished, can I have a piece of cake? And your mother go, oh no, boy, you ain't eat that food. Boy, you barely touched that chicken. And then you go, all right, I ate some more. And you barely touched the rice, right? And they said, but you ain't touched that spinach. And then the little kid go, but I don't like spinach. I don't like spinach. And then what did your mother say? Politics. See, she don't say the word, but this is what I mean by you've been dealing with politics all your life. You want this, you got to do this in order to get that, right? So what did your mother tell you? She said, boy or girl, if you want this chocolate cake, then you better eat that spinach. See, politics. That's just on a very low level. And what most kids do, much as you don't like that spinach, AKA in politics, this governor, senator, president, he don't want to pass this law, but in order to get this law and the funding, you got to get the funding from these people and get the votes in order to pass that law. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't want to do this, but in order to get here, I got to do this in order to get to that place of power in office. So back to the little kid. He want the chocolate cake, or she want the chocolate cake so bad, they wind up sitting at that table reluctantly eating the spinach. I don't like spinach. Even trying to make themselves throw up. But the mother go, boy, if you throw up, or girl, if you throw up, you ain't getting none of that cake. All of a sudden now they make it go down. They eat the spinach. And if they got brothers and sisters like I had growing up, it was even worse. Because your brothers and sisters, they eat all that food. Now they be picking on you. They had their cake while you still eating your spinach. And they be teasing you like, this cake is good. This cake is good. This cake is good. That's how my brothers did. They tease me. So now I'm like, I want some cake too. And then once again, mommy be like, if you want the cake, you better eat the spinach. See, politics. So my point was, like I said, you've been dealing with politics all your life. You just didn't think it. You didn't call it that. How many times you went to your son and your daughter's volleyball game, basketball game, football game, baseball game, right? And you sitting on the bleachers and one of the kids get loud and disrespectful to the coach, right? Not to the coach or the referee, right? Now they have to call a timeout and they over there talking, right? And what you hear some of the other parents say, man, them coaches over there, them coach and the referees over there politicking. You see? Politicking. They, once again, what does the definition mean? Activities, what did I say? Activities associated with governments or country or area, basketball game, area that's going through a debate. See, they trying to debate, hey man, this kid was disrespectful, he was rude, he was unsportsmanlike, going through a debate, what's that, a debate or a conflict amongst individuals seeking power. We really making a decision, should we allow him or her to keep playing because they was disrespectful and they was rude to the other players, they was unsportsmanlike. So you'll hear other parents say, man, that coach and them refs over there politicking. Even for people in jail, you'll be on the courtyard, right? And you will hear other inmates see that group of cats over there and they be like, yo, man, that's such and such, and man, they run such and such tier, man. They over there politicking. You know what I'm saying? They politicking over. Yeah. What are they doing? They're debating a conflict amongst individuals of how to handle a certain crisis of who gonna be in power. Politics. This is not nothing that you haven't dealt with or seen throughout your life. Don't just think because it's the senator, governor, president that you don't know nothing about it. You know everything about it. Remember, because a lot of people make the mistake and think that politics is just about voting. No, it's a whole lot more than voting. Let me say it again for you. The definition for politics is activities associated with governments or a country or area amongst individuals through a debate or conflict seeking power. You get what I'm saying? So it's more than just voting. And then you got, here's another thing I want y'all to really stay with. Watch this one. I want y'all to really stay with this one because it's a powerful one. I heard this somewhere, man. I read it in a book somewhere or heard it through a documentary, and I love it. Where the guy said, politics is more than just voting. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's way more than voting. Politics is, watch this part. Politics is war without bloodshed. You understand what I'm saying? Let me repeat that again for you. Politics is war without bloodshed. Whereas, on the other hand, actual war is politics with bloodshed. Now, I want y'all to think about what I had to say right there. I'll say it for you one more time for the stick in your head. And I explain it this time. So I'm going to say it two more times. I'm going to say it this time, and I'm going to explain it to you. Politics, remember, activities associated with governments for individual debate and conflict seeking power. So politics is war, meaning, man, we got to make a critical decision. War without bloodshed. Politics is war without bloodshed. No one's dying here fighting. Well, it's war, though. Man, this is serious times. Whereas war, actual war, is still politics because that's what we want to happen. And if we got to kill for it, that's what's going to happen. So actual war is politics, decision making, but it is bloodshed. Whereas the first one, politics is war without bloodshed. Get what I'm saying?
Wow, it's amazing, babe, that you actually explain it and be so specific about things like that. Because growing up, I would have never thought that. I only thought that politics meant when the government or the president or someone that is running to become senators or
Okay.
anything, I thought that was just politics.
Okay.
But for us to sit down and have a conversation,
Like the way I'm explaining.
or
Like-
somebody doing me a favor, or I'm doing them a favor, that's
See,
politics.
this is my wife talking in the background, y'all.
Oh
now
my
she's Puerto
gosh.
Rican. Now check this out.
That's
Now,
amazing.
like I said, when your mother name a dish that you didn't like okra, right?
No.
Now, when your mother made that okra with the tomato sauce, right, and you didn't want to eat it, right?
That was the worst.
But then she actually made some flan.
Oh my
You wanted
God.
some flan, right?
Definitely, of
or
course.
Or was it leche? What is
Arroz
it?
con leche?
Huh?
Arroz con leche?
Arroz con leche, right?
Yeah.
She made some arroz con leche, or she made flan, right? And she said, you don't eat that okra, you don't get no arroz con leche, or you don't get no flan. Somehow you ate that okra, right? Because see, your mother was politicking with you.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a decision, a critical decision. Now, if you don't eat it, fine. You don't eat it. You don't get the arroz con leche nor the flan. But if you eat it, because we're politicking here, I'm giving you decision making. You want this? Well, you won't have to do that. You're going to have to make critical decisions. So that's what politics is. It's critical decisions. But remember, I want to say it one more time for y'all. Politics is war without bloodshed. Whereas, on the other hand, war is politics with bloodshed. I want y'all to remember that. As always, hope I got through to a lot of y'all out there. Everything you do is politics. Even that woman out here that's deciding, you got this good man who's giving you his time, but you over here thinking, I want to be with that guy, the thug. I want to be with this other guy. He got a better car and he got more money. Guess what? Yeah, you want to be with that guy with the better car and more money because you think that's better? You're politicking right there. It's sad to say, though, when you go with the guy with the more money and the better ride, you find out down the long end, it wasn't what you thought. You brushed off the actual good guy. The good guy, you might have been his motivation to be even better. For him to be even better. It's almost like eating the Tootsie Roll or the lollipop. Remember, you eating a lollipop with the gum in the middle, right? All that, right? And then a lot of us do like my ignorant butt would. You start cracking up the candy to get to the gum. But when you get to the gum, all of a sudden you're chewing on the gum and real short, you be like, man, this gum ran out of flavor quick. That's the thug. That's the guy who he's like the peacock. He show all the bright feathers. Yeah, it looks good up front and a flip-flop, just like a guy. You get with a girl with a pretty face or the nice waist, guess what? She's the gum in the middle of the candy. The candy was good. As soon as you got to the gum, damn, this flavor ran out of flavor, man. This is whack. Politicking. See, you had decisions and you wound up, it's critical to make the right decision. So one last time. Politics, the definition of the title of this video is politics. The definition of politics is activities associated with governments, a country, or an area when individuals are debating or going through conflict seeking power. You've been doing politics all your life. At your job, you decided to do this route or that route. You're working at UPS, FedEx, wherever. Guess what? They say you want to do this route? Or you could do this route. This the harder route or this the easier route? Well, this route you get overtime. This one you don't. This one got to be in at this time in the morning. This one you come in a little later in the day. Whatever. You a salon. You work at a hair salon. You a lawyer. You a doctor. You a construction man. You have critical decisions on how you're going to get your money and what you're going to charge for them. These are all politics. I ain't going to make it too long, y'all. Hopefully it really stuck to y'all this time. This was an educational one for y'all. So on that note, subscribe, share, like. But I definitely want to hear y'all comments because you've been politicking all your life. And on that note, peace.